Hello, everyone, and welcome to Civic Platform. This is your host, Zuher Almusre. Moroccan community in Winnipeg is growing by the days. And Atlas Moroccan Association of Manitoba, it's an organization. It's created to help this community to be more subtle and confident in Winnipeg. This organization has a lot of events during the year to make more connection with the Moroccan community and introduce Winnipeg to them as a new city and to understand more about the city and how to find all what they need. So I met Juwayriya Lahboub Daif, the president of the Atlas Moroccan Association of Manitoba. So let's find out more about the association from this new episode from Civic Platform. Hello, Juwayriya. Assalamu alaikum. How are you today?
Assalamu warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good, thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on my show, Civic Platform. And thank you for being with us and give us a space in your busy schedule. It's something very honored for us to have you on our show. So to begin, Juwayriya, please, can you introduce yourself? Who are you and what are you doing?
So my name is Zuher Almusre. What I do, I am a professor at École Technique Professionnelle at Saint Boniface University in Business Administration Department. And I'm also the current president of the Moroccan Association Atlas.
Mm-hmm. So when did Atlas start and why the Moroccan community need that association for?
Well, the Atlas Moroccan Association of Manitoba started in 2005, and it is a non-profit organization that serves the Moroccan community in Manitoba, and it aspires to promote the social, cultural, educational, sporting, religious, and other interests of the Moroccans living in Manitoba and to reach out to other communities. So it's really here, this association is here to serve the Moroccan community because, mashallah, the Moroccan community is growing, mashallah, and then with this association, it's here to help the Moroccan community. I know it started in 2005, but after that, many years, it kind of went passive. But the association was revived again in 2019. And, yes.
So when this organization it's a start with a story, like something happened and the idea came to have this association run. So what was the reason for starting this association from the beginning?
Well, I can't tell you in the beginning what made them, because I was not part of the American Association back in 2005. But what I heard from some of the people who were on board, it's just that they were families and they were getting together, like they were having gatherings in the park. And so one of them had the idea of having an association like in a formal way. And it's it's a way to get other Moroccans, newcomers to help integrate easily into Manitoba.
Sounds good. And if I want to be part from Atlas Association, what should I do? I should be Moroccan or any Arabic background can join the group. There is like any requirement you ask for to put that person request under process and accept them, or how it works?
So for membership, any person of Moroccan origin residing in Manitoba, aged 18 and over, is eligible to become a member of the Atlas Moroccan Association of Manitoba after completing a membership form and paying their membership dues to the association.
Sounds good. What is the most things challenging for the Moroccan community today in Winnipeg from your experience, and you put your role to make that challenge more easier about the Moroccan community?
The challenges, well, there are many challenges because the newcomers, when they come here, one of the challenges is to integrate into the Canadian, Canadian culture. That's one thing. Some families, the newcomer families, like they have questions regarding the schools. There are some Moroccan families that come through their program with the governments, and I know like Welcome Place, the French way, like the Francophone. I know that they have Moroccans coming from Morocco, so they help them like settle here in Manitoba. But there are other Moroccans who come through other organizations, or some Moroccans, they just come as students and then they finish their studies, or they immigrate not through those organizations. And sometimes they find themselves alone, or they don't know anybody, and they have really hard time getting information regarding which school, for example, because in Morocco we have the school system is different from here in Canada. So it's one of the challenges, main challenges of Moroccan families are schools. Should I register my kids in the French school or the English school or the French immersion, like the immersion school? Also the health, how to access like the health services, how to access like the rent. So they have all these questions. So hopefully with the Moroccan Association, we are trying to collaborate with, we approached the Active Francophone in order to see how we could collaborate. So we are trying to reach out to those organizations and let them know that there is a Moroccan Atlas Association here that could help them. Like we're not competing with them. No, that's not the objective, but we are just here to help them if they need our help. And it's a good thing for them also to let the Moroccans coming newcomers that there is a Moroccan Association who is here to serve the Moroccan community and do, for example, cultural events and things for them. And one thing also is for this year, actually, one of the challenges for Moroccans here is the administrative papers, because we have the dual citizenship. We are Moroccans and Canadians, and we have two Moroccan consulates. One is in Montreal, which is in charge of the east of Canada, eastern part of Canada. And now there's a new Moroccan consulate in Toronto, which is in charge of the western part of Canada. So this year, alhamdulillah, we had the privilege of having the mobile Moroccan consulate to come here to Winnipeg to help all the Moroccans here to change their papers, serve them like administrative, provide them with administrative services, like in terms of applying renewable Moroccan national identity or their passport or anything. So that's one of the main things also Moroccans are looking for, is to help them get those certificates instead of traveling to Toronto, which is expensive. If you want to travel to Toronto, you have to airfare, with hotel. So having the mobile Moroccan consulate coming here, it was really a great opportunity for us.
So one of the challenge, I believe, like not just the Moroccan community, I believe the whole newcomer, when they arrive to Winnipeg, there is like something it calls like the culture shock. And how the Moroccan Association Atlas deal with that, how you give that experience to newcomers specifically, and uh, all the Moroccan community today to deal with this shock and not take them to the like a mental health problems, and it will be more complicated. So how you advise them to recover from this challenge?
Okay, so for us, for example, saying because we have families, we have newcomers, we have students, we have for us, what we do, we try to we do events, we arrange events like cultural events in order to get together, families get together, students get together. It's a way for us to help the newcomers to ease their fears. And also, Moroccans are known for they're really very helpful with the association or without the association. We have, mashallah, many Moroccans who are very helpful. They help the newcomers. They provide them with information, and sometimes they hear that it's very cold here in Winnipeg. So we let them know that it's a different culture, yes, but it's very what's good here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's people are very friendly, and we tell them not to be afraid to ask for help, because really Canadians are very helpful, and we have services there. They have services here to help them. And so Moroccans really, when we and other Moroccans get together with the newcomers or the students, it helps them ease the fears that they have, because they feel that they are no longer alone here, that they have, even if they don't have family, their families back home, but meeting other Moroccans, they feel like they are part of their families. So this getting together, helping each other, that's what makes this culture shock go away. Yeah, so.
The Arabic community in general, we see some of them, they decide to move from Winnipeg after like a couple of years, and they said like it's not a good city for us, and they decide to move to another province. This challenge face the Moroccan community too, or there is something bright and positive here in Winnipeg. We have to highlight it, to like, if you want to go to this, there is like another risk there, so you have to open your eyes, like we have something positive here. So how that challenge you like deal with the Moroccan community?
So I agree with you that this is a challenge, because we've heard that some families from other cultures, like not only from Moroccan, but from other cultures, like they left Winnipeg to Ontario, to Alberta, to other provinces, and we are trying. The problem is some families, they move because they found a better job. That's normal, like people are looking for better. But I've heard that some families, they left because they thought that there were no job opportunities here, or it's a city, they have nothing. That's why it's important for the associations like Moroccan or other associations to work with the like Welcome Place or like the Francophone. Because the problem is sometimes those people, like when they come, for example, Moroccan family come here, and then they don't know, they are not aware of the existence of Moroccan Association. They don't know that there are Moroccans, like they came not through the Welcome Place, or they just came. It's hard sometimes, because Winnipeg is not like Montreal, is not. So they think that there are no opportunities here, nothing. So they will get away. They will try to go somewhere where there are more things to do. But here in Winnipeg, we have a lot of good things actually. That's one of the reasons I've heard people leave. Some families, they left because they think that there are no opportunities, but because they were not informed of many things, so they decided to go. But when we meet, for example, when I met, or we had the opportunity to meet the newcomers through the Moroccan mobile consulate, There were new Moroccans who didn't hear the existence of the Moroccan Association. They just heard that there's a mobile Moroccan consulate coming here, and talking to them, I discovered that they don't know that there's a Moroccan Association, or there are many Moroccans here. So there is a lot of work still to be done, because we have no way, as Moroccan Association, we have no way of knowing who is coming, who are the newcomers. Like we don't have a way to know who are coming unless if some Moroccan met them and then told them about the Moroccan Association. So that's why I told you, having partnership with organizations like Welcome Place organization is something very crucial. So we are working on it, and hopefully we'll get something formal, just in order to help them, but also help the Moroccan newcomers coming here, to help them settle, but stay here and don't leave, because there are many opportunities in Winnipeg. Like we have a French community, we have English community. The cost of living is less than the other. I tell you, like I'm telling you from the perspective of students, our students, we have, mashallah, a lot of students coming from North Africa, and it's really, mashallah, they're staying here, they come, they study, and then they like Winnipeg, and then they find the work, a job, and then they settle here. They don't leave to other places because they've seen the advantages we have here. Because other cities, it's bigger, but it's costly. Like cost of living is higher than here. So hopefully we will. It's a work in progress, but hopefully we'll get there, inshallah.
Yeah, and as you know, when you're trying to help the community and work with them a lot, and then one day they decide and move, so all our effort is gone, like by just like a small decision. And also, like Winnipeg, it's not something different than whole Canada. Maybe the opportunity is what you just mentioned, but you don't know. Maybe you find it there, maybe not. So it's a little bit hard. So I visit many of events, and one of the most events I like when I attend the Moroccan events, the atmosphere is amazing, and it's a lot. And your organization, it's like maybe like for me it's the most active community in the city, and every day, every like month you have something new. So tell me about the programs you run and the events you did in your association to help your community to be more settled in the city.
Well, we did a lot of activities, like in the past. Mentioned, we have family gatherings many times. I mean, before COVID, or like while we had COVID, it's different. We had to do some events Zoom, and I know that it affected because Zoom is not like in person. But after the restrictions were lifted, then we had like many gatherings for Eid al-Fitr, for Eid al-Adha. We had also events for kids, for women. We had, I remember one year we did to celebrate International Women Day. And so we had the exhibition. And for this year, inshallah, we are having events planned for the starting December, inshallah. We will have an event for kids, because kids, our youth, it's very important to have activities for them. So we're planning activities, one activity for them in December, inshallah, when they will be on vacation. And we are also planning an event for women, because women sometimes they need to also an activity for women. So for us in the association with targets, we have kids, we have women, we have families, we have newcomers. So we're trying to arrange an activity for each category. And mashallah, for our students also in Ramadan, we do iftar for our students, for the families. We are trying to do a collaboration with Masjid. And also there is, inshallah, next week there will be a Moroccan culture exhibit. We have our Moroccan artists actually. So we have collaboration with the Second Moyer. And the director, she loves Morocco. She went to Morocco many times, so she was asking if there are Moroccan artists. So there will be a exhibition of 2 Moroccan artists next week, inshallah. And we are planning also a Moroccan gala in February. Inshallah, there will be a big Moroccan gala open to everybody, to everyone, just to share um, what is Morocco and to come experience the Moroccan culture and the Moroccan atmosphere. Yes, and inshallah, there are activities with activities for Ramadan, for Iftar, Eid, yes. So, what a good thing we have is we have a good board of members. They are very engaged, and before we didn't have a website. Now, back in 2019, there was no website, but now we have an official website. We have social media, Facebook page. It's more active, so people could go there and then see what's going on. Or yes, so that's a good thing to have now.
Like,
Social media is very important now.
yeah, one of your visitor, I saw her when she just come. She was like a newcomer, and when she saw the tables with the Moroccan colors and all the families wearing the Moroccan traditional dress, she started crying and she say, "Oh, I feel like I'm back home." So, how you like focus about the atmosphere in each event to have this feeling, to have this like a smell for the culture, what we have, and how it's make the events more like us. So tell me about the dresses and how that makes them more happy when they attend the events.
So for us, when we do an event, Moroccan event, we tend we want it to be an authentic Moroccan event, which means even the decorations we make it look like a Moroccan atmosphere. I know we know why. For people who are not Moroccans, then they will discover what Morocco is about. They will experience the Moroccan culture, but also for the families who are here, or the students or newcomers, when they come in, they will feel that they are in Morocco. That brings them back to Morocco, and then it's a really warm feeling that we feel. And for us in Morocco, we are known traditionally in Morocco that for events we wear Moroccan dress. That's traditional. Like even if we have a marriage or any like activity, feast, we wear the Moroccan. So we have the takshita, or we say like takshita or kaftan. I'm sure you have kaftan, so it's known Moroccan. So it's embroidered, it's very colorful. In Morocco, colorful, anything that's colorful, it's known for Morocco. And also for our events, we tend to do the Moroccan menu. Like we can't have something that's not Moroccan. So when you go to our events, you will find like Moroccan tagine, Moroccan couscous, Moroccan salads. So that's why when we plan an event with the board members, we want it to be with like Moroccan, authentically Moroccan. And we have among our board members, we have 2 Moroccan chefs. Actually, we have Ali and we have Esteem. They are Moroccan chefs, and then we are very happy, grateful to have them with us, because they do a lot of hard work preparing the meals, and they do like it's a volunteer work. We don't get paid. We don't get any funding from the government, and yeah, that's very helpful to have people engaged into their community.
In Moroccan, the Moroccan people speak the Arabic and French, and the Moroccan dialect also it's special. So today, how we if we have the challenge with our kids to teach them our dialect, then maybe they will find here the English it's easier because they learn it at school, and it's mixed also with the French. So we face that the language, it's also we need to defend it, right? So there is like any program to or in this gathering, you said like we need to speak Moroccan today. We don't need to use any other language. We need to save that language. We need to use it at home. So what's the strategies you try to pass it to your community to save their language and not miss the second generation, not like lose that language?
Well, when we have our gatherings or like our activities, they will be, because it's not open only for Moroccans, like we have other people who are not Moroccans. So when I, for example, if I have to do speech, or I have it in Arabic, I have it in French, in English, in order for the other people to feel that they are with us too. I don't want to exclude anybody. I want to have like an inclusive approach. And but when we are together, you're gonna see Moroccans between them. They speak Moroccan dialects. Like it's automatically that when I see you Moroccan, I'm gonna speak Moroccan dialect directly. And but for our kids, it's a challenge, because sometimes you're gonna hear our kids talking English because they learn it in school. It's easy. But in families, what they do, that they encourage, they ask their children, they teach them, they speak since when they are like still at a younger age. You have to talk to them in the Moroccan dialects. If you don't talk to them in Moroccan dialect, you talk to them in English, they will not learn it. They will lose it. Mm-hmm. So when you talk to your kids at an early age, Moroccan dialect, they will keep it. So for me, I talk to my kids in house. I tell them no English, because they speak English fluently, they speak French fluently, but I want them not to lose the Arabic, the Moroccan dialect. Because already as an Arabic, we are trying to find there are courses in Arabic that are offered from Masjid and from other like private Arabic classes, because we don't want them to lose the Arabic, but we don't want them to lose the Moroccan dialect. So parents should talk with their kids in the Moroccan dialect so that they don't lose it. But when you go back to Morocco, your kids could talk to their grandparents, could talk to their aunts, uncles with the Moroccan dialects, because not everybody talks English. So that's the strategy. That's the way you have to do it. If the parents don't make their kids talk it, they will lose it. And the parents should be careful not to talk in English, because sometimes we tend to say something in English, but just to talk to their kids in Arabic, so that the Arabic dialect or Moroccan dialect or the Arabic, so that they don't lose it.
So, in your position as a president for this community, so a lot of members, they come and share their challenges with you. Did the Moroccan community face any challenging with like parenting their kids in this culture? They get something, maybe it's accepted in the Canadian culture, but in our culture as a Moroccan, we can't accept it. How they deal with that parenting stuff, and what's your tip to them to like parenting their kids in a good way in Canada?
We had a lot of challenges, and during the COVID and even after COVID, we tried to reach some scholars, like known scholars, to talk about the issues Muslims have who live in the foreign countries. And one of the issues were the kids, how to education of their kids. There are some things that we do according as a Muslims. What can you do? What you can do? The parenting for the kids, like parents also. So we had a scholar from Egypt talking about the parenting, how the parenting should be done there. It will be. We had also another scholars talking about the importance of how to behave with the kids, how to explain to them that this is not good, this is good. No, it's easy to say this is halal, this is haram, but the kids will not know. Like you have to talk according to their language. Things have evolved. Like our generation is not the same as their generation. The kids now are very demanding. You have to explain to them why. You can't just tell them not do that, don't do that, and that's it. You have to explain the reason. And so that's what the scholar or those guest speakers we had, they were talking about the importance of having like a good parenting and talk to the kids, have this open-minded, so and be inclusive and respect. Like this is important because we have different cultures, different values. So there is a respect here. Like I respect your value, you respect my values. Yeah. So and that's what's here. But that's what's good here in Manitoba. We have really this respectful community, and we have others who respect us as Muslims. And yeah, so those we are still working on those challenges because the parents we want inshallah to do like to still have do mini seminars or because we can't bring people from Morocco or from Egypt, we don't have the financial means, but we have people here. Or if we could have some Moroccans, there are some Moroccan scholars known, but we are working on getting them at least through Zoom, having like conference, because they will integrate the Moroccan culture into here. Like us, Moroccan cultures, this is our culture, this is what you should do. So we are working on this. And also we're working towards having like Arabic classes, because that's its challenge. It's that a lot of Moroccan families, they are asking where I could have my kids learn Arabic, because even if we speak the Moroccan dialect, we can't forget our mother language, Arabic, and our kids need to learn the Arabic. So this is a big challenge, I say, because we want our kids to learn Arabic. We want our kids to learn Quran. We want our kids to learn about religion. So we are working with some academics outside of Canada, just to see if we could have a collaborations and offer free lessons for our here. Arabic classes, Quran. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So during this episode, you mentioned a lot about the community all the time, volunteering in this association. And volunteer, it's something not too much popular in our back home. So in Canada, it's like a key to open for you doors and to find a job. So how you've teach your community about the importance of volunteering here as a culture in Winnipeg?
I agree with you. That's volunteering is not common back home, but here it's very, very common. So one thing for our students, I'm going to talk for students who come here, because they need to update their resume. And then when we tell them the importance of having working volunteer or finding volunteer opportunities, they are on board, because you explain to them that having a volunteer experience will help you have this Canadian experience, but will help you integrate, will help you learn more about the culture here. And so when you explain to them that you could put on your CV resume that you worked as a volunteer for this association of theirs, then they see the advantages. They don't think, oh, I'm not being paid for this. Why should I be doing the volunteer? I'm not being paid for this. But when you explain to them the advantages, and this in our Islam, in our religion, we should be helpful. We should help. We should without asking. And so that's for students. Even for kids, we teach them. And alhamdulillah, mashallah, we have many Moroccan families who have their kids doing a lot of volunteer work with different organizations. That's very good, because we have parents who encourage their kids to do the volunteer, because it's very important for their career. It's a gratifying thing, like according to religion, it's something that you feel happy doing, helping. For the newcomers, that's where what we try to do, like when we have a gathering, we try to approach these newcomers and let them know about the importance of doing volunteer. Because when they come here, they start looking for a job. And yes, I know if you tell them to do volunteer, it's not appealing, but when you explain to them the Canadian context, why it is important and why you should start like doing volunteer, and you will have it on your resume, you will your networking, because networking is very important, networking circle. So you will grow your networking réseau. Sorry, I said the word in French. So that's why. So when you talk to them, you explain to them, then they know, because when they come, if you tell them volunteer, they will not do it, and they will not understand why I should do volunteer, why I'm looking for a job. And sometimes we tell them that we've been through that, we do volunteer, and then it's very good because you get to know people, meet people, happy meeting contact, and it will look good on your savings. Yes.
So I have like a 4 minute left. So this is the last thing. We reached already the end of our episode. So what is the last message you like to send it to your community, with the Moroccan community, to make them more stable and confident in Winnipeg? And if I forget to ask you something and you want to share it, this is the good time for it.
Okay. Well, just what I want to say to Moroccans, just this association. The association is for them, and we told them in our annual meeting that we are here for them, and then don't feel shy to tell us what you want, because the association is not for us, it's for them, it's for the Moroccan community. So we encourage like the Moroccans to send, because we have a website, when they send their suggestions, comments, and get on board with the Moroccan Association with their objectives, because it's a service for all the Moroccans. And also we reach other communities, because for me, I believe in working with others. I'm like a strong believer. I like to collaborate with other communities, not having a Moroccan association that's it for Moroccans, but we reach other communities. We have, inshallah, other Arab communities, we have Canadian communities. So for us, we are looking at having this exchange, cultural exchange between Morocco, between other countries, between Canada. So that's the only thing, just the associations for Moroccans, and hopefully we could work together and then get a lot of things done for the Moroccan community, but also for the others. Also, to feel we are inclusive, like we include all other communities.
Zuher, thank you very much to being with us today in Civic Platform. We wish you and your community all the happiness and success in Winnipeg.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me, and good luck with everything. And thank you very much. I really appreciate the time.
We reached the end of our episode. Thank you for watching. If you know someone from Moroccan nationality and he's still don't know how to be confident in Winnipeg, please share this episode with him and let him know there is an organization can help him and assist him in Winnipeg. So thank you for watching again. If you like the episode, please like, share, and subscribe to see our upcoming episodes.